Howdy, North Miami. I'm your host, Savannah Dre Smith, and welcome to another episode of NoMi Insider on the Set. Today, we're sitting down with Major Kessler Brooks from the North Miami Police Department to talk about one of the city's most anticipated community events, National Night Out 2025. This year's theme is Saddle Up, booting crime out of North Miami. And we're talking bounce houses, pony rides, music, food, and some good old-fashioned fun with a focus on public safety. So grab your cowboy boots and join us as we ride through what makes this event a success for our community. Thank you, Major Brooks, for joining us today.
Thank you, Savannah, for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. How are you feeling?
Good and excited to be here because I want to share what's happening. You just mentioned it, but I'll allow you to ask.
Of course. So there's an event coming up next week, Tuesday, August 5th, correct?
August 5th, yes.
So to kick things off, can you explain what National Night Out is and what it's designed to achieve in communities like North Miami? We often hear the name, but many may not know the real purpose behind the event.
So National Night Out historically is an opportunity for neighborhoods and communities to get together, and they just invite their local law enforcement or first responder families to come out to one place, gather, and share information that has evolved to the way we know it now. But if you will, I'll give you just a brief history as to what it is. We go out, historically, it was the community inviting first responders to come out. Baked goods were shared. People can come out with their favorite apple pies, their favorite food that they had, and the firefighters, police officers, and everyone would just go ahead and rate it. They had brag right for that whole year. The brag right was, I have the number one stuff, or pie, food, stovetop pudding, whatever it was. That evolved into sharing information. Information was shared, and these were information that would help the community, safeguard the community, give you heads up as to things coming and other things that would happen at City Hall.
Explain what National Night Out is and what it's designed to achieve in communities like North Miami. We often hear the name, but not many know the real purpose behind the event.
I like that. You know what? Definitely. So National Night Out, and I'm going to go into the historical part of it because I think it's important. So back in the days, and I'm talking way back in the days, right? Probably before our parents were born, there were invites that went out to your first responders. And these were community events in where people would just host come-on-overs, right? Where they would bake pies, they'd bake whatever they did, or just cook stuff up. And the community would go out. Your local firefighters, your law enforcement personnel would come out, have a free piece of pie. And for brag rights, that person, let's say it's you with your apple pie, you won brag rights for that year because you had the number one apple pie. Now, that evolved after a couple of years of, you know what, we have the community out here. Let's give them information. You know, we heard about so-and-so. We heard what happened next door. We heard what happened to the church or what happened in our community. How do we keep ourselves safe, right? How do we keep this from happening again? So with people being invited, we knew that the bake-off was coming. Someone was going to be judging, but we had everyone from the town or the community hanging around. They said, you know what, get some safety tips out. Let people know what's going on and how to better safeguard themselves. So while we're enjoying ourselves, there's also an educational component.
I'm actually excited. I look forward to National Night Out as well as Let It Snow every year. So I'm excited that this is coming around so soon. We've talked about National Night Out and the history, and you did mention that this year's National Night Out is scheduled for next week, Tuesday, August 5th, I believe? August
5th, Sunkist Grove Community Center. For those of you who aren't familiar, please go over. Come into North Miami, first of all, if you're not from here. So it's 12500 Northwest 13th Avenue between 5 and 7. The chief reserves the right to let it keep going if you're having a good time. So have a good time.
And we always are. So what can residents expect from this year's event? Are there any special plans, new activities, or surprises in store? You already mentioned the dunk tank, so you have to give us a little bit more because I cannot wait to participate.
You see the ear to ear? I'm excited. So this year we partnered up, as always, we partner up with, we say, first responders. This year we thought it was a vital component or an important thing to invite the Miami-Dade Corrections Department. another one of those that we hear about, but we don't exactly know what they do. They look at them as jailers, but they do so much more, right? So they'll be there. For those of you who just have only heard about them, they will be there. The local elected officials office will be there. There's so many things that our community needs, from how to get your passport, from how to effectively, or how to sign up to get your license reissued to you. You know, there's so many components out there. As you traverse, and I will say traverse because we have, like I said, dunk tanks, DJs, food, static display of SWAT guys, motorcycles, horses. There is a community center, and when you go on the inside of it, there will be officers just telling you about how to safeguard your children. If your children gets off a bus and walks a block or two home, how they can be just a little more alert and watch out for those dangers that are out there. If you have elders in your home, those officers will also talk about how those elders can be safer while they're navigating their favorite whatever devices, or while they're just making a call or receiving a call. We all hear about those. So the educational component is certainly there, but I am most thrilled about the theme for this one, which is booting crime out of North Miami. And collectively, together, we can all come in there, wear your favorite Western wear, and come on over, get a little education to safeguard our families, but most of all, have fun.
You've already touched on this topic, but I kind of want to revisit it. I want everyone who is maybe watching this clip or have seen the promotions on social media for this event to feel welcomed. So who is encouraged to attend National Night Out? Is this just for residents and law enforcement, or is it open to a broader part of the community, including youth groups, nonprofits, and local businesses?
All of those. And you know, when we talk about youth groups, nonprofit, I also want to mention the faith-based leaders, anyone with an organization. Please bring your core group out, extend it to the extended groups, let everyone know to come out, right? If you don't have a similar program within your community, we welcome you. But like I said before, within North Miami, elected officials, business owners, people who come in and out just to conduct business or go to work, they also come into North Miami to enjoy what we offer. Sometimes some people may feel like, you know, I live in a certain area and yours just has horses. My kid likes the dunk tank or likes your DJ better. It's all good. If you just enjoy ours, great, love to have you. If you have a similar one, please go to yours. And I'll give you a history on that, if you allow me to, about other people having it.
Of course.
Okay, so in 1981, there was a group, right, that I think a lot of neighborhoods have them, but your neighborhood watch group, they would go out, volunteers, neighborhood people, your neighbor, my neighbor, everyone just goes out, and they'd go out. If they saw something, they said something. They started organizing a little bit better than just going into, you know, to his or her house, and once a week or once a month, before the apple pies or just after the apple pies, they'd go in and say, hey, this is what we have collectively, this is what should be on the agenda. So now we're organizing. This is 1981. You know, everyone saw that there was an opportunity to get key information out to all of our residents, to all of our businesses, to all of our faith-based organizations. You know, just get that information out. From 1981 to then, they saw this is growing exponentially. So by 1984, NNO, National Night Out, is developed. This was a pilot thing where they said, you know what, wouldn't it be cool? Let me reverse back because I'm going to show my age. And if you remember, thank you. There was a slogan by a major beverage company that, you know, said, hold hands across the nation.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I won't say the beverage company. I don't know if I can on your show, but that was the idea, right? Let's see how many people across our nation we can get to just come on out. We'll select one night. And this was over the summertime. So they said, August is coming up, first week in August. Make it the first Tuesday in August, you know. This year is August 5th, it's a Tuesday. And they reached out to similar watch groups, you know, neighborhood watch groups across the way. They actually secured 23 states to participate. Those 23 states yielded 400 communities. Those 400 communities made up 2.5 million neighbors who participated in 1984. Fast forward to today, now we have every state in the nation, okay? I think the number is 17,000 communities for 38 million participants. And we're excited here in North Miami to do our part and metaphorically hold hands across the nation, just sharing with everyone. So if you can get out to your own, we'd love to have you at ours. Shameless plug.
Of course.
But if you can get out to your own, please go out. But we certainly invite you to ours. We have more than enough for everyone to have fun and enjoy.
We appreciate you sharing the history with us. It's always nice to know how an event started and where it was curated from. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
My last question for you. In your experience, why are events like National Night Out so important for building trust and communication between the community and police officers? How do you see this event impacting relationships long after the tents come down and the music stops?
I appreciate that question, Savannah, because I have a passion for really making sure that there's a lasting impact on our community. And North Miami, the chief, the whole department, that's what we thrive on, making the community better. So once we do this, what our hope is that those parents, and we've all seen them, right? There's parents, I have family who still do it. They see an officer in your local grocery store. Mm-hmm. They grab a child by the hand and said, "You see, you're acting up. There's the officer.
He's gonna get you."
Right? It vilifies the officer. So now they're the
sure.
boogeyman. Those children now have an opportunity to come up, see us with our therapy dogs, see us with our horses, or our bicycles, and they're just like, can I approach? Or we're just gonna break that fear.
Okay.
And that's the most important for me. But more so, you have kids who are high school age who just have a distrust based on whatever they watch on TV or whatever their friends have gone through. They now have an opportunity to go up. And just like I mentioned, corrections, we have others from across the city, people who wear city logos like yours is on right now, and they just don't know what you do, but they have an opportunity to come out and engage. They can ask Savannah, "What do you do? I've seen you on TV, Savannah, what do you do?" And I know you'll be there. Major Brooks, I've seen you, or I've seen you on the street, can I talk to you? And all of our officers are eager. They're eager to go ahead and speak, to interact, and just engage with these kids. I think that opportunity, if we talk about a decade, 2 decades back, was lacking. Mm-hmm. It was missed. And now we have an opportunity to capitalize with events like this and really reach our community that may have a distrust, especially a community like North Miami, where you have a large population from everywhere. We have our Caribbean component, our Hispanic component, our European component, and some of them bring with them the distrust of police just based on how volatile maybe, or just things that occurred with where they came from. So lasting impact in changing the perception, that's what I hope everyone takes from this, and some good food and fun. So.
Of course, I'm looking to bonding with the officers and also bonding with the community, but the food is definitely a plus. Thank you, Major Kessler Brooks. I appreciate you taking the time out to join us on the set of NoMi Insider.
I appreciate you. And can I do one last thing? I see you have your hat there.
Of course you can.
If you don't mind indulging me and putting our hats on so we can say goodbye to everyone.
Of course.
Absolutely. Which camera's on? I'm not sure which one.
We're going to look in the one in the middle.
Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you. Let me say it again. August 5th. 12500 Northwest 13th Avenue. That is a Sunkist Grove Community Center. Savannah will be there. I'll be there. Chief Gauze, North Miami Police Chief, will be there with her entire police department, corrections department, and everyone. Join us. It's free. Petting zoos, pony rides, bounce houses, dunk tanks, free food, free music. Come on out. Howdy.
Thank you, Major Kessler Brooks, for saddling up with us today and sharing the impact behind National Night Out. Mark your calendars for Tuesday, August 5th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Sunkist Grove Community Center. It's going to be a night of boots, badges, and bounce houses, from games and pony rides to public safety tips and family fun. This is one hoedown you don't want to miss. I'm your host, Savannah Dre Smith, and this has been another ride with NoMi Insider on the set. See you again next week. Stay safe and stay connected.